everybody. How are you all doing? I am Georgia Rose, and I'm in the Zenkuda Soul Space. Must be Monday night at 7 o'clock. That's when I'm always here at Paradise Studios in Massapequa. And if you're all looking for something to do, I would say that you can actually come down here on Thursday night or Friday night. We've got open jams and all kinds of music and open mics. You know, we have everything from people who come in and do poetry to spoken word to music to everything. And you can even have the studio all to yourself if you want to do an event and do a karaoke party here. So, really cool stuff, I think. So, please share the show if you're just popping on now. That's what I'm doing. Going to do some card pulls and all kinds of stuff tonight. Talk a little bit about the astrology. We have a full moon in Aquarius coming in. Tomorrow is August 1st. Can you believe it? This particular summer, right? It's summer. This particular summer really has gone so fast. I was reading some of my astrology teachers the other day, and when they were talking about how Pluto actually is moving faster than it's moved in a really long time. And it kind of is actually sometimes how we feel like time is speeding up. Well, it actually is, because some of the planets in the Earth are moving faster than they've actually ever moved in the cosmic system. So welcome everybody. I see we have some people piling on. We're going to do cards tonight. I know the last few shows that I did, we kind of ran out of time. I got so caught up in the astrology and the energy of what's going on in the world that I didn't get to cards. So tonight I really want to get to that and try and do as many card pulls as we can. So tell your friends, share the show, bring everybody in, and we'll try and do some cards for everybody. This is the chart of the moment. If you can see that, I've been studying. So I'm going to give you some basics of what has been going on in the astrology, not just in your soul space, but I hope you're all tuning in and connecting to that soul space. If you're looking for support in how to find the soul space, connect, get in touch, I do private readings and private sessions in astrology or mediumship readings or just some kind of spiritual wisdom. We can look in your chart and find out what your goals are and what you're really meant to accomplish in this lifetime. Also, if you're looking for just support on your journey to finding your soul space, my social media, Zenkuda Soul Space on Facebook, Georgia Rose on Facebook, or on YouTube. The Zenkuda channel has over 140 videos. You can go on there anytime and maybe pick something out that helps you and what you're feeling that day. And also you can find me on Instagram at Zenkuda Official. So there's plenty of content and all kinds of stuff in the soul space. I also write a blog. I've been doing the blog on social media a lot the last couple of years, but I'm going to be going back to doing that on my website where it originated. But I still have a lot of my original blogs and my original writing on my website at zenkuda.com. So that's enough housekeeping. I'm going to jump right into the astrology. So we've got Venus retrograde. Talked about that a little bit last week. What does Venus retrograde mean for all of us? Well, sometimes it means that old flames can come back around, right? Some of you have been having some old flames or old relationships or even old friendships resurface. That's Venus retrograde. And especially over the next couple of weeks, Venus is retrograde in Leo. It's going to stay there for quite a while. We usually have Venus in a sign for a few weeks. This is going to be for a few months. So you really want to make the best of it. Venus in Leo has a tendency to bring things out in the light. Leo is an energy, it's our sun, our vitality. Leo the lion takes a little courage sometimes to look at those things that are being brought out into the light. Next week, I'm going to talk about, if you tune in, Venus being a star point. There's something happening in the sky next week that actually sets energy for Venus over the next 8 years. So you really want to look at that next week. But for this week, we've still got the nodes of the moon in Aries and Libra. They're going to be there until another 18 months. We've got Venus, as I said, in Leo for quite a while. We've also got Mercury in Virgo, which gives us a very detailed energy. Mercury in Virgo is an energy that's going to really help us get our things done, get details done. If there's any project that you've been trying to do that you really need to buckle down and has a lot of detail or needs a lot of your focus, Mercury in Virgo is absolutely the best time to do it. Even though it will go retrograde the end of the month, we've got a couple of weeks where we're going to really be able to pay attention to the details. Now, as that progresses towards the end of August, that Mercury in Virgo energy may interpret as having to redo something or revisit it. So whatever you're putting in place now and really paying attention to those details, the more you focus and pay attention to those details, the less likely you'll have to redo, go back to the drawing board, etc. But expect that you may have to do that. because Mercury is starting to go into its shadow before the retrograde. It actually goes retrograde on the 23rd. Um, so this Venus in retrograde for the month of August, I'm going to say is the month of old flames, old loves, old relationships. With Aries and Leo, with Aries and Libra hosting our north and south nodes, they're going to be there, like I said, the next 18 months. It's all about relationships for all of us over the next 18 months. However that plays out in your chart, I'd really have to, do a reading for you. But however that plays out in your chart, you want to look at where Aries and Libra houses are in your chart. That's how it's going to play out. The Aries house being the one that you're going to be led to, really focus on. The Libra house, the one you're going to be clearing out. So, because of that, we've got all this focus on relationships. And for the next little while, with Venus in retrograde, the focus is really on relationships, even more so. It's amplified. It's the things we love. It's the things that we desire, the things we want to create in our life. With the Leo sun beating down on us, that's creativity, total creativity. So we've got this beautiful Venus, which is staying in that sign, the sun and Venus in Leo, enhancing our creativity. We've got Mercury in Virgo letting us pay attention to the details. So if there's anything that you've been trying to really, get out of that stuck mode and really work on or create, you've got some really brilliant energy to do it. North Node in Aries is also supporting that. But this week, I have to say, tomorrow and Tuesday, well, tomorrow is Tuesday. Tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday are going to be really heavy, energetic days. A lot of stuff's going to be happening, especially tomorrow. We've got a full moon coming in. We've got a lot of other things coming in. If I told you about them in astrological terms, you might get a little nervous. We have a hammer of Thor. We've got all this kind of stuff coming in. Very heavy energy. I'm just going to tell you guys the best way to use it. If you start to feel a little anxious, if things start to come to light that maybe you were like, I didn't see that coming. The best thing to do in this energy is try and do whatever you need to do to move forward. This full moon in Aquarius is an energy that really wants to pull us forward, move us forward, push us forward. And when that happens, the best thing to do is try to go with the flow. Because if we resist in any way, either by trying to stay in place or by going backwards, the old flames, the old relationships, the universe isn't going to be so kind to us. We want the universe to be gentle to us, so we really need to push and pull ourselves in the direction that we feel intuitively we're headed towards. So the first part of the week, lots of energy shifts, and then things really stabilize after Wednesday, and we have a few days to process whatever's been happening Tuesday, Wednesday. And I think some things are going to happen. I think if I had to put a label on this week is probably going to be, I'm just looking at my notes, information released. That's what I wrote when I was kind of channeling earlier. This is the info release week. We've got the Trump indictments coming down. We've got the Biden hearings. We've got all of these things in the macrocosm that are coming in to release energy and release information. We're also going to see that in our own personal lives a little bit, and we're going to see ourselves kind of have an information release of some kind. That could play out with you bursting out and releasing information, or it can play out with someone close to you. Like I said, didn't see that coming, right? So this is really an energy where we want to be aware. My motto for this month, as you know, if you're watching my videos, is stop, look, and listen. Stop, look, and listen. Because with these north and south nodes in Aries and Libra, it's all about your relationships and living in relationships that support and bring you to your full potential. That Libra South Node energy for the next 18 months is going to kind of either crash and burn or slowly push us out of the relationships that are codependent, holding us back, blocking us. It's all about relationships. A lot of times in the spiritual world, and when you're living a spiritual life, you hear so many times, almost like ad nauseum, let go of what no longer serves you. Yes, we have to do that. But a lot of times that will play out in different aspects of our life. In the next 18 months, it's all about relationship with other, relationship to connecting, especially with Neptune still in Pisces. It's all about enhancing our connection to the divine and being creative in our divine energy. And then also our relationship with ourselves. Like, how do we really relate? What makes us relate better? What gives us more empoweredness to relate better to all the things around us? And where others are concerned, what relationships are really supporting us and putting us into our full potential, and what relationships really are blocking us. Like we keep making the same, circular type of mistakes and choices. So when this super full moon comes in, and it is a super moon, which means the moon is closer to Earth than it normally is, it's the second of 4 super moons in a row. This month is also an extremely energetic month with moon energy because we have 2 full moons and a new month and a new moon in the middle of the month. We have a full moon right on the first, we have a full moon at the end, and a new moon in the middle. So moon energy is really heightened this month. So you want to use the full moon for releasing. With Aquarius, those are things that are unique and evolutionary opportunities. There's going to be a lot of energy available to us for healing things. So maybe part of your healing is you do have to move on and let go of some of those relationships or some of those connections that really are not good for you. This is also about community collaborations. It's about rooting in good collaborations, connecting where you're stable. Like think kind of when I was channeling this energy, I kind of got the visual of the tree of life and how the roots go so far into the soil. And while I was meditating on this, I actually felt the soles of my feet like energy lines coming out of them and rooting into the earth and rooting into divine energy. That's kind of how the energy is going to sum up this month. And you'll feel a lot of that on the full moon. This full moon is something where you're going to feel heart versus head, because Aquarius can be a sign of detachment. And this full moon happens at around 11 degrees of Aquarius. So what you want to do is try and stay out of the detachment, because that detachment is an illusion. A lot of times we think we have to be detached or go in our shell or take repose in, away from everything in order to enhance our connection to the divine, our spiritual connections, but that's a delusion. We really need to connect with others and be in community to get the most spiritual connection we can. So make sure those relationships are really good for you. Also, with Mercury in Virgo during this full moon and for the next little while, you want to be really careful of the way you speak to yourself. We have a tendency when Mercury's in Virgo to be really self-critical, and that's very defeating when you're trying to enhance your connections and your relationships in the world. You have to have confidence in yourself. You have to feel beautiful in order to put yourself out and be vulnerable. You have to be able to have confidence in your abilities and your natural resources in order to bring something to community and to connection. So make sure you're speaking to yourself, and your self-talk really amplifies that beautiful, miraculous creature that you are and supports yourself. Talk to yourself the way you talk to your best friend, and be your best friend in that regard. This full moon will definitely bring out that energy. And also, as far as the full moon goes, this is shining a light on the things you need to do that are bringing you into your full potential, and the things that you're going to see that are going to really kind of be illuminated that you need to do are going to take courage. That's the Sun and Leo energy. It's going to really be like things that you're kind of fearful of. We're in an energy now until the end of the year where fear is going to really run rampant in the world and even within ourselves. When you're getting those unsettled, anxious feelings, really try and sit with them and decipher what they are, because I will tell you that we have a lot of fear energy in the world right now. This full moon may bring out some of that fear, but it's because the universe, spirit, God, whoever you believe in, is really asking you to confront it and work through it and be courageous. That Leo lion while the sun is in Leo, and really move forward to be inventive and creative and find ways where you can live in full potential without those fears. That's really, really the energy of this moon. How powerful is that? And just, keep telling yourself, I can do this. Please, God, open me to new ideas for inspiration. Bring me to the next step in my spiritual journey. Bring me to the next step in my full potential. Manifest things like that. Whatever's holding you back, even if that's a relationship with yourself and some ideas that you have that maybe aren't so supportive, make sure that you let go of those and replace it with a beautiful, inspirational creativity. Because Aquarius is an inventive sign. It's a scientific sign. It's a sign that wants to be unique and will come up with really inspiring ways to do that. So now's the time, if you have any issues or problems, to kind of give them over to that Aquarius full moon, and it will actually bring you some inventive and inspiring ways to bring yourself into your full potential and eliminate the things that really are not serving you. So we're going to go to cards. I'm going to read the comments. I just actually forgot to put the cards on the table. I was talking to Bobby about some new sets that we're doing. So I'm going to go into cards, and I also want to do look at the comments. Please comment. I need to know you're here if you want me to pull a card for you. So Colleen's here. Hey, Colleen. I have Michelle. I've got new people. Michelle, I love Michelle. I used to do shows with Michelle, psychic fairs, and do readings with Michelle. She's an art teacher in, I think, Brooklyn or the city, and she's got the most wonderful creativity with her students. So just sending out some love to Michelle. She's just the most kind soul ever. And Colleen Star White is another very talented girl. I know that you always feel the moon energy, Colleen. And Colleen takes the most beautiful photographs. So check out her stuff. And I have a Liz from Florida. I've got Tanya. I've got Joanne. I've got Marilyn. I've got Kay. Suzanne Grossman. Hey, Suzanne. My very first reading ever. Carrie Ann is watching. Hey, Carrie Ann, another person who I know has these beautiful psychic gifts. So, and Janine. I'm going to start reading some cards off. I'm going to first pull for Colleen Star White, because I know this is probably her first time tuning into the show. And going to bring some cards in for Colleen. I know Colleen is actually a Cancer. And so July was a little bit of a tough month for Cancer, I have to say. But let's see what we got in the cards for Colleen. Colleen, for some reason, your cat just puts into my mind, just like pushed into my mind. I think his name is Maurice, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why I know that. I just know it. I think from Facebook. But I'm wondering if he's not feeling good or if he's being grumpy or something, because he's coming into my energy and I'm being told to tell you not to worry about the cat. All right. So Colleen, we've got first card that I pulled up. I'm going to put them right side up for the camera because I'm pulling them opposite. Wow, Colleen, I don't know what's going on with you, girl, but I just flipped that card. But the card that I got, first of all, this card, which is the Four of Wands, is a card of action. And you'll see if I hold it up a little bit. This particular card is what we call the marriage or the soulmate card in the deck. It's also the next card that I pulled, which is the Two of Cups, is also a soulmate card. So whatever's going on with you, there's some soulmate energy that is coming in for you. Now, soulmate energy doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could also be a friendship that's just soulmate or someone in your family. But I feel like this is kind of romantic for you. And with Venus in retrograde, I feel like this is something that's cycling back that maybe was in your life before. So just know this soulmate energy is something, it's a really beautiful energy. I feel like it's something that maybe in the past has not been so stable or secure, but that of late it's getting more stabilized, because I'm seeing the energy line like used to be like this, and now I'm seeing it very straight. And the reason why I think this is a really important reading for you, these three cards, and I'm going to pull a card to confirm it because this energy is coming in so hot, is or so intensely. The next card that I have is this Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups, Colleen, is representative of soulmate energy as well, as is this card. A lot of psychics and readers call this first card that I pulled the marriage card. Literally, they sometimes interpret it that way. And then the next card is the soulmate card, the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is a card that really means the soulmates. You see them both giving cups to each other in this energy, and it's almost like a mutual gratifying love that's reciprocated, that's requited by both and redeemed. And then we have above the heads this beautiful angelic energy, which is a symbol of the Archangel Gabriel bringing you messages. So it almost looks like the union is blessed. Some people will read this as the union being baptized or confirmed by the angels. So I don't know what relationship that is in your life. If you know, or whatever's coming to your mind is probably the thing. And then I have this Ace of Swords card, which is also, I hate to tell you this, or I love to tell you this, but these three cards are like some of the best cards in the tarot deck, as far as abundance and love and just beautiful positive energy. This is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is literally in the tarot a baptism, a brand new rebirth. It is, you can see the leaves on this beautiful crown. It's a sword with the crown, a victory crown on it, and leaves coming into the photo, and this beautiful hand of God. This is like a complete and total blessing from above. and the leaves represent the abundance of it coming into your life. This hand of God is actually like the hand of divinity blessing you and holding this to you. So if there's anything or any relationship that you have had recently come up, and for some reason your kitty cat is coming in this reading for me, maybe that's kind of like showing me the unconditional love that you have in your life with this animal, and maybe that's going to come in for you in some way with another person. I don't know, but what I will say is that at the very least, this particular reading is showing me that you have love coming in your life, or something that has just blossomed in your life is coming back around, like it's blossoming in a way that you never expected. I'm going to pull a fourth card for a confirmation, and this is the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles brings news. It's a message. It's usually, when it's Pentacles, something in the three-dimensional world, like an email or a text or a phone call unexpectedly coming in and giving you news, which sets things and initiate things for you. We recently have some energy that's now coming apart a little bit, but is still very intense. And what it is a finger of God that's been in the chart on the zodiac. And that brings in all kinds of fated things that are fate. To be with, to do, to be there. It's almost like something happens and you're just in the right place at the right time. And that's kind of what this energy feels like. It also feels like, for me, that you are highly intuitive, and it's something that in the back of your mind you kind of thought all along but didn't allow yourself to bring to the forefront. I'm going to pull a spiritual card for this reading as well. These are my soul cards that I do. Yeah, this is a beautiful card. If you look, this is sometimes hard to see on camera, but this is like this being who I feel is you, is just like joyous. And look at all the light that she's holding around the crown of the head and in her hands. This is like a very healing, very redemptive kind of energy. It's an energy of really a blessing coming your way from somewhere. So stop, look, listen, and keep your eyes open, Colleen, because that's coming in for you. And I feel that energy really intensely. What a great reading for you. Okay, next up, and again, I feel like it may be a romantic energy or an energy of partnership that cycles back around, but it could be any kind of a soulmate energy. You know, it could even be someone in the family or something. Next up, I'm going to pick a couple of cards for Michelle Gauguin. As I said, Michelle also is psychic, but you know, we psychics can't read ourselves. I know you all think, oh, you must know everything. I do, but not when it comes into my life. See, is my mic okay, Bobby? Okay. I'm seeing in this reading for you, Michelle, this card, the first card I got was the Eight of Pentacles. And you know, as a reader, to me, I read psychically, so sometimes my interpretation of cards is not always the classic tarot interpretations. What I'm getting off this card is hard work pays off. There's a project or something that you're working on, and I don't think it's to do with profession as far as your regular earthbound job. This is something creative you're doing for yourself, either through your own art or own spiritual development, but something that you've been working on finally comes to fruition and the hard work pays off. And the reason why I say that is because, you know, when I do a 3-card spread, it tells a story for me. And I've got this beautiful card of the Two of Wands, which to me is, you know, this gentleman looking out onto the world, looking at his future. But if you look at this card, he's got this globe or world in his hands, which is very symbolic of me, of not just looking out into the future, but like the saying goes, what's the best way to predict the future is to create it. And along with this card of hard work paying off, Michelle, I think this is you creating something, finally putting the finishing touches on something, I think by the end of summer, that now changes your future and really brings you to a different place in the world, meeting new people, bringing up a whole new frequency of people around you. So whatever you've been creating or working on, dust it off because it's time for you to do it. I have the Hermit card here, and the Hermit card is shining its light on these 2 cards in the spread, which leads me to also believe that whatever you are creating and whatever is in its final chapters of being created has this divine light on it. The Hermit comes in, sometimes will come in for a reading for me when I need to tell someone to come out of their shell a little bit. And that could be the case here. And I'm getting a little bit of that. But more so what I'm getting is to not second guess yourself. Don't be overly critical. There is a divine light shining on whatever you are creating. Your hard work will pay off. And it was right that you took some time, quiet time, to create and to go into the creation process because you are completely connected to divinity on this. So whatever it is you're working on, Michelle, keep going because it's going to come out really, really well. All right. Next up, I'm going to pick a card for Pauline Brenner. All right. And if anybody wants to share, you can share. And also, if you don't get picked for a card tonight, I do have on my Zenkuda Soul Space the Tarot Tuesday, where I pick cards for the energy of the week for all zodiac signs. So if you go to Zenkuda on YouTube, you can also see that if you don't get a card tonight. And I'm going to put these right side up because this is the way, I'm going to fix them the way they would be on camera, but I'm reading them the way they come out. Okay. So this card is for Pauline. Pauline, I'm seeing that you're in a competitive battle, and I'm getting all wands first up on these two cards. Wands are our action cards. When I see wands in the deck come up for me, that means that something is really moving along, and I feel like this energy is one of competition. You're in a battle. This card, it hasn't happened yet, but you are getting close to ending that, and this being your final battle. This could be a battle within yourself. There is some self-imprisonment going on here that I see in the next card, which is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card where we are imprisoning ourselves with our mind. We think we can't move forward, but we can. So whatever you're battling, whether it's a mindset of your own that you're trying to get more into positivity and you're just not getting there, or if it's actually someone in your life who is holding you back from that positive mindset that'll set you free, you need to do some cleansing. You need to get rid of some of the things that are truly holding you back. Because I've got this Five of Wands, which is all battle, competitiveness. And then I've got the Eight of Wands, which is all, trying to finally reach some mountaintop where everybody else is still, on the hill battling, and you're trying to get to the top and get to the top, but you've still got some resistance, but you're getting there. And then I've got this card of self-imprisonment, the Eight of Swords. So quite frankly, on this spread, what I'm seeing is that you're holding yourself back in some way or allowing another energy to hold yourself back. And you need to clear it in order to move yourself into your full potential, and the full moon is the absolute perfect time to be doing that. Next one I'm going to pull is going to be for Liz Schneider. And Liz, I only saw your private message to me a couple of days ago. I'm sorry I didn't reply. Sometimes my messages get lost because there's so many different mediums, but I'll definitely be giving you a call. All right, so for Liz, you know what? I'm going to reshuffle because I just feel like maybe I just did a not so great shuffle for you. If that card comes out again, we know it was meant to be there. Let me do it this way. Okay, for Liz, in the soul space. And I do private readings if anybody wants that. I'm going to put these so you guys can see them the way they come out of the deck. Okay. So Liz, again, we've got the Ace of Pentacles for you, which is a card of new beginnings. So something that you're trying to manifest is definitely happening, but it's even, it's justice. It's something that comes out in your favor, but also is favorable. It's like a win-win for both sides. So whatever you're thinking about, I know you did have a question about whether or not you're going to move. I do not see that right now. I'm thinking a move is not going to happen for you for at least 3 years or so. But in this case, I feel like you have the ability to be happier where you are if you open up to some new possibilities and new beginnings. There are things that can really feed you and balance you that are around you. You just have to kind of look and stop and look around because there is some things. Page of Wands is coming in. I feel like this is kind of indicative of two different energies. First of all, I feel like the Page of Wands brings you a news or an event or something that you go to and you start to meet people. And I also feel like the Page of Wands is you. Like you are becoming a little more outgoing and starting to meet more people and do more activities where you are. So I wouldn't really focus too much on moving yet. I would actually put my energy towards some new beginnings that bring you balance and look around and see if there's any groups or something, because I feel like the Page of Wands is going to help you find that. And that's really what I'm getting. All right. Next person, Tanya Streese, welcome. This is your first time here, I think, Tanya. Tanya, I'm feeling, when I go into your energy, I feel like you're a very loving person with a very big heart. But for some reason, I'm feeling in your energy like you're a little bit detached. So maybe, especially in this full moon, try and get in touch with emotion a little bit. Because I feel like you're not fully engaged. And there's a lot there, a lot to unpack. So just engage with some emotion, okay? All right, let's see what we have for Tanya. I've got Page of Pentacles. These pages keep coming out tonight. That's because, like I said, we've got a really big, I want to put them so that you guys see them the way I see them on camera. There's a really big information release week. It's the information release week. That's what I'm calling it. So the pages are coming out because pages are messages and information. When you see pages in tarot, tip for you if you read. So I'm seeing information come out, and again, of abundance, of something to do with coin, actual physical money it could even be, or any kind of abundance. This detachment that I'm feeling from you, Tanya, I think you're losing sleep. You have a worry over something. This card indicates that for me, but you have no need to do that. There are new beginnings coming from you. This Page of Pentacles, you're going to get also a message, an email, a messenger message, a text, a phone call. Something is going to come to you that you see, and it opens up something. Because again, I have this Ace of Pentacles that keeps coming up in every reading, because this full moon is bringing a lot of new things in for us. So stop, look, and listen. Like stop. Look around, really listen to what your heart's telling you. Try and get in touch with your heart. I feel like you're very much in your head. If there's worry there, try and drop down into the heart, Tanya, because even do a meditation where you're breathing through the heart space, because I feel like there's so much there for you that wants to come in, but you're blocking it a little bit with worry. So whatever that situation is that you're worried about, it actually has a really good outcome, but you're blocking it, babe. All right. I'm going to shuffle these really hard. Next one is Joanna Maya. Joanna Maya. I'm going to get some things here. I just want to really shuffle these cards. They're just telling me to do that. When our intuition tells us to do something, really do it. Today I had a very strange and weird energy all day, and I never really get an energy like this, but I just got this like pang, like panic, like almost like a drop down, like a drop when your stomach drops to the floor. And I got that several times today. And I don't think it's my energy. I think it's energy of something either around me that's going to happen or somebody passing or something. But I kept getting that energy all day. And sometimes that happens and I don't allow it to, frame my day. I just allow it to be whatever it is. So you really want to make sure, all of you, that you are really staying in positive energy all the time, no matter what your physical body is telling you, no matter what your mind, who always lies to you, is telling you, or your heart. You want to stay in positivity. Whatever the feelings we get, whether we get an energy surge or a panic or whatever, try to flip it over to something positive. Again, you saw me shuffle, and we got pages again. Again, this is the information release week. Pages are bringing messages. So this is message for you, Joanna Maya. And next card will be upside down because it's right side up for me. King of Wands. And you're not seeing something. So Page of Cups is coming in, Joanne, to give you a message about something. And I feel like this has to do with something, very emotional for you. A family member, perhaps. I feel it's a male family member, a fire sign male, fire sign sun, moon, or rising, because I have the King of Wands and it's upside down. So the male around you that's really kind of giving you a little bit of conflict in your life, a little bit of turmoil, but it's because you're not looking at the situation the right way, because then I got the Two of Swords upside down in reverse. The Two of Swords is like almost the expression like justice is blind. It's like we don't see something. We can't see the forest for the trees. We're looking too far out and not looking at what's exactly in front of us. So something to do with this fire sign male, and I feel like this could be a son or a brother, someone like that in the family that is really giving you, I hate to say, a little bit of grief, like it's really trying your patience. You need to kind of take a little time out and come back with a fresh perspective, because there's another way you should be looking at this. The Page of Cups comes in with actually good news. So there's some news to do with this situation that's almost like a relief for you. So if you've been waiting to hear for something, maybe like if it's somebody getting in a program or a school or a brother getting a place to live or something like that. Those are all the things that are coming to my mind. This is going to happen in a favorable way, but you're just like really letting it try your patience. So try and stay positive. Next up is just going back in my things here. Okay, next up I got Joanna Maya. Next up is Marilyn Pisano. Marilyn, enjoying your posts on Facebook, Marilyn. Okay, let's see what I got for Marilyn. I feel like Marilyn also is very influenced by moon energy. I don't know what your sign is, Marilyn, but I feel like you're very interested and also influenced by moon energy. I think you're a water sign. I don't know, it's just how I feel. Maybe Pisces or something. Okay, so for Marilyn, the High Priestess. There you are. This is for you because I know Marilyn is very intuitive. So this is High Priestess. This is the card representing Marilyn today. And then I have sleepless nights. You're worried about something. Something's really bothering you. I feel like what I'm getting here, Marilyn, is I feel like something's bothering you in the sense of, because I'm getting all throat energy and throat chakra. I feel like something's bothering you because you feel like you should have said something you didn't say or spoken up more in certain situation. And what I'm going to tell you is you've already won the battle. I've got the 5 of Swords here, and you don't need to speak anything. You don't need to say anything. Just go forward and forward momentum, because you already won the battle. And the beautiful thing I'm feeling about this particular situation, which whatever occurred, the situation where you feel like you need to say something or speak up, and you really don't. I feel like that situation now, that line of energy is done. Like you won't have another situation like that. The conversation you needed to have was with yourself, and you've done that. And sometimes we can resolve issues and resolve things in our own life without having to go to the other person and try and resolve a conflict which will never be resolvable. You've moved away from it. I definitely feel that. I need to pull a 4th card here. Yeah, you took some time out, some quiet time out. Keep doing that, because you need to strengthen your position within yourself and your own foundation. Your position is not going to be strengthened by going to the other. Your position is not going to be strengthened by trying to have a resolution or a closure with another. Your foundation and your strength comes from being with yourself. And you've already won the battle. So go to sleep. Stop losing sleep. Stop tossing and turning over it. You are coming out like the High Priestess that you are. So take that to the bank, babe. Okay? All right, and I've got Kay Risotto. This is for you. I believe Kay is in South Carolina, I think. Yes, full moon is absolutely great for that stuff. Kay Risotto. Kay's mom, Elaine, is actually my card reader. Wonderful lady. We've known each other for years, and I do some astrology for her, and then she reads me, and sometimes I do a little reading too. When we can't read ourselves. People always think we can, we cannot. It just doesn't work that way, because we want what we want, and then we see what we want in the cards, like, oh, good, and that's not going to happen. This goes this way. Okay, Kay. Kay, you've got some new beginnings happening. I definitely feel a nostalgic energy around you. I don't know if that's your mother or mother-in-law, but I feel a motherly energy around you and some new beginnings. Maybe more of the family besides just, your mom-in-law is coming to live by you. But I feel like this is definitely an energy where it's nostalgic. It's energy that you've been thinking about family a lot, and there's a lot of new beginnings coming in. Perhaps you're meeting people who are like family to you. But this second card is really like mother energy. The 9 of Pentacles is abundance of love and nostalgia, and really seeing things coming in that are very heartfelt and nice and just joyful and like a sweet energy. And then I have this card also, which is the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups is also the same energy. The 6 of Cups is like our, like almost like grandma card, like thinking about grandma baking cookies in the oven kind of for me. So these 3 cards really represent a new beginning with family. It could also be indicative, this card, which is the 9 of Pentacles, the motherly energy, the queenly energy, the matriarchal energy, could also be an energy of loss if you've recently lost someone who was a mother or like a mother to you. that energy is coming in, just saying hello, saying from the other side, I love you, supporting you, always with you. But I feel like there's an energy that's coming to you in the three-dimensional world as well, like someone is moving closer towards you. And I know your mom-in-law is, but I think this is even more than that. Like the family really broadens in that area. Very nostalgic energy, really an energy that's blessed for new beginnings. We've got the Archangel Gabriel coming in here, blowing his horn, giving messages to all this rebirth. So just know that really good things coming on the home front, home and hearth, family, that kind of energy for you guys. Okay, next one is Suzanne. No, wait, first I'm going to do Suzanne and then Carrie Ann. All right. So Suzanne Grossman, let's see what we got for you. Your sister's coming in over my right shoulder saying hi. So pretty. It's like very ethereal, white. She's got a flower crown on. Beautiful, beautiful energy. So sis is coming in to say hi, Suzanne. Okay. Suzanne, you've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is a male energy coming in. And a lot of times when the Knight of Pentacles comes in, it's a saving energy. It's like someone, if you need a healing, they come in and heal you. And this could be also spiritual. It doesn't have to be a physical person in life. But this is an energy of blessings, and Knight of Pentacles comes in to give us a blessing. Then I've got the Wheel of Fortune. So these are two blessings here. Wheel of Fortune is that your life will be balanced in all realms, spiritual, material, emotional, mental. And then I've got the Two of Swords, which is, to me, you've got the moon up here. You've got a lot of water, emotion. Something's coming to light. But I feel like there's some energy coming in, almost like a rescue for you. I hate to use that word because I know you don't need a rescue. But something's coming that is what you've been waiting for a while. And it comes from a source that you least expected. Because I've got this, Two of Swords, which is like blinders on. So just know there's something coming in for you. Knight of Pentacles is bringing in an energy that's like, the white knight coming in on the horse, So something gives that just is like a rescue type energy. Yeah, she's with you, baby. She's with you, her sister. And after Suzanne, I was going to do... See, now when I look at all the... Okay, let me see who I have here. After Suzanne, I was going to do Janine, I think I said, right? Did I say Janine, or who did I say? Because now my comments are... Oh, Carrie Ann. Suzanne and Carrie Ann. So I'm going to do Carrie Ann, and then I'll do Janine. You guys got to remind me because the comments are really long now. But again, if you don't get a card, because we've only got about 10 minutes left in the show, if you don't get a card, go over to Zencuda, Zencuda, just like the screen says, on YouTube, and I have my Tuesday Tarot up. You can get a reading for the whole week. All right? So now... This is for Carrie Ann. Carrie, I got the Queen of Wands here. Queen of Wands is coming in. I feel like this is you. It could be another female around you. I feel like I read this somewhere before. I don't know why. I feel like it was your energy a long time ago. I don't know why that would come in now because I never remember my readings. But I'm getting this energy of a female either around you or this is representing to you. I feel like it's almost like both. Like you're very much like this person. Like you guys are intertwined in some way, maybe through business or maybe family. But there's this energy with the Queen of Wands that you are intertwined with. That's usually a fire sign female or someone who identifies as a female. Someone who is fiery but a little pushy. Like you guys are a lot alike, but I feel like this energy that's not you is more pushy. Like you feel like you're being pushed into something, and yet you feel so close and entwined with this person that you are questioning yourself about it. And what I'm going to say is that the King of Pentacles comes in. I think there's a passed over loved one of yours to reassure you that don't question yourself. This person is pushing you into something that maybe your intuition is telling you, that's really not what I want to do. It's like the visual I'm getting, and I know sometimes my visuals are kind of funky, but the visual I'm getting is like, say you go out for ice cream with somebody and you want a chocolate ice cream cone, and that's fine, or you want a chocolate sundae, and it's fine. And this person pushes you into getting hot fudge, marshmallows, and cherries on top. And you're like, I really didn't want that. Why did I get it? Because that person told me I had to get it. Like, why did I do that? It's kind of like that energy. Like, you know what's enough for you, and you know what's your right space. But this Queen of Wands around you is kind of trying to pull you into more than you really want to do. King of Pentacles, I feel like this is father or grandfather passed over. This is a very stabilized energy that's coming in and guiding you in a lot of ways in life. not just in financial abundance and in business and in things that you can be doing, but he's also guiding you as far as being strong in your foundation of who you are in your own agency and sovereignty, which is a lot more important than any financial we could ever have. So this Queen of Wands is almost testing that, if you're getting the drift here. And then the third card I have is the Three of Wands, which is you looking at the world, again, creating a future. So I think some of the things that you have to balance are not what's going on in your everyday life. You are pretty stable. You pretty much have your foundation. You know what you're supposed to do. You know who you are. But you're still letting some people around you sway you a little bit. And that's the test. So for this full moon, get rid of what no longer serves you. Have conversations, especially with Mercury and Virgo, and set your boundaries with people in a really loving way, because that's going to strengthen your foundation even more. All right. Janine, I'm going to pick a card for you. And this will probably be the last card pull we have tonight. But if you tune in next Monday, I'm going to do card pulls next Monday too, because I haven't been doing a lot of cards, and I know you guys really like it. So I want to make sure that we give you guys the soul space you need. All right. And this is for Janine. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that. Okay. Janine, I've got the Judgment card, which I'm going to place this way. Again, a lot of times the same cards will come up because that's the energy in the world. But there are different interpretations of the same card for everyone here. So, Janine, I've got the Judgment card, the Death card, and the King of Wands. So whenever the Death card comes up, when I read people, they're like, oh my God, the Death card, the Death card. Doesn't mean literal death, people. Death card is actually a good card because it means that you're going to let go of things, let go of the old stuff and bring in the new. So we've got new beginning here. All right. Again, new beginning, meaning there's still stuff we need to shed. All right. The Death card is in reverse, which means you're shedding and you're doing really well. But there's a King of Wands coming in for you, baby. And the King of Wands is somebody who's like a bit of a pain in the ass. King of Wands is kind of like, putting the brakes on you. You want to do some things, and the King of Wands is like, well, you can't do that. What are you doing? What are you doing? Or the King of Wands is somebody that you feel obligated to do more for than you should. This is a time, I'm getting this message really clearly. This is a time for you, Janine, that you have to absolutely focus on yourself, almost to the point of being selfish. I'm getting that energy. I'm going to pull a fourth card. Yeah, Queen of Wands, that's you. So what they're saying is own it. Get on your throne. Be the person you can be. Be in your own agency. Be in your own sovereignty. Do not let the King of Wands, right? We've got the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. Don't let the King bring you down. Let him treat you like the queen you are. All right? New beginnings coming in for you. And now I'm going to pull some cards just for world energy this week because we have a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, I'm feeling something going on in the world. I definitely feel that. Definitely feel some world energy going on. My body's like tingling all day today. Okay. I'm going to pick a couple of cards. I'm going to pick a soul card too for the world. Let's see what we got going on. This week, I feel like there's going to be a huge information dump. What that is, I can't tell you, but there's a huge information dump coming in. Watch the skies, I'm being told. Watch the skies. Okay, so I've got the Chariot, things moving forward. So I kept calling this week the week of information release, and I got to tell you, we're going to move forward because that information that's being released is going to bring us to where we need to go if we're smart enough to stop, look, and listen, right? And I'm going to pull a soul card. Love these cards. I just ordered a whole bunch more of my own Oracle card deck, which I created and had published. They're called the Oracles of Light. So we're going to have those, and you can purchase them on my website. I'm going to be using them on the show soon. Look at this. Rebirth. We're all sitting in the birth canal right now, right? We're all sitting in the birth canal, squeezing through the eye of that needle. Got to move the Chariot forward. We're going to be pushed forward with this information release that comes this week. And we're all going to, I guarantee you, in another 2 weeks, we're all going to have a much different perspective than we have right now. That much I can tell you. So stop, look, listen, and make sure that you get in touch with your own soul space on a regular basis. I'm Georgia Rose, and that is our show for this evening. And you can find me again in the soul space next Monday night at 7 o'clock. I'd love to help you all find your own individual soul space and live up to your full potential. So Zencuda.com if you'd like a private reading. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you here next week, and also on all my videos on Zencuda on YouTube. Bye-bye.